It's time for our weekly segment of Happier at Home, and this week we are discussing what to consider when looking for an independent living community. We're joined by none other than Deb Marcello with more this morning. Good morning, Deb. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So let's dive right in here. So if we're looking for an independent living center, I have to imagine there's big differences between locations. Some potentially being all-inclusive, others just a la carte, no?
Well, a lot of the independent living centers will have different packages that they offer, but they're really meant for people who can live independently, those of over 55. And so with that, they won't provide care, but oftentimes places like the Park Crescent in Greece, or even Cloverwood in Brighton, the Legacies, they'll offer check-ins twice a day. So it offers a level of security. And sometimes that's something that you might want to take a look at and see if they offer at different communities. Oftentimes things are a la carte. So they may say with their rent, they may include housekeeping once a week. That's a common thing to have included. And they may include one meal for the day. So additional things, you really need to understand what's included in the price, how much they cost, things like, is there a 1 month rent that is due for the deposit, or how they work, that type of thing. So you really need to understand the costs involved. So additional costs might be things like if you're going on different activities or trips, that type of thing. Some of the independent living communities will offer lots of different activities. If you're adding additional meals on besides one meal a day, and also, like I said, having services, you could bring in services, for example, through a company like ours, Happier at Home,
Oh, okay.
where it will offer you the ability to be able to stay at a place like this if you need just a little more help.
And honestly, for a lot of these independent living centers, just that daily check-in, I have to imagine for families is very reassuring to know that mom and dad are going to be okay today, because somebody's going to stop by, you know, once or twice a day and say, hey, how are you? What's going on? Do you need anything? Right?
Right, right. And they keep track of who's coming and going, so it's not a free for all. Those that are coming to the front desk are screened for COVID, most likely, usually in these places. And it's nice that, especially having the security during inclement weather, if they lose their, if they're at home and they lose power, then they're by themselves. If they're in an independent community and they lose power, they have generators. Or if there's snowstorms, at least they're in a community. The socialization is much easier because you have people that you're living side by side with within the community. And they do a lot of activities. Honestly, the independent living facilities are like resorts now. So they're really nice, and they offer a socialization, activities, guest speakers, entertainment. So really, it's good to tour wherever it is that you're interested in going to, understand what their culture is like. You can have dinner or lunch there. Oftentimes they'll let you do that so you can see how the food is. So really spending a little bit of time in that community. You could even, as someone who's from the community and you're looking at different independent communities, go to that community and attend some of their activities to see if you like it, if you kind of fit in and you like the type of people that are there as well.
You know, I really like that and appreciate that that is something that these independent communities offer, because it not only gives them a chance to see the culture and meet potentially their new neighbors, but moving at any age is a stressful ordeal, and it's a big shift that you have to be willing to take on. So getting your feet wet and stepping in and seeing what the life is like inside has got to be beneficial.
It really is. And don't be afraid of it because they really are beautiful. They are highly competitive with each other. So, of course, they're going to want to make sure that it's a great living environment for you with the different clubs. And you can even start a club of your own if there's something that you have a passion for, say gardening. You could start clubs like that.
Love that.
And so they offer that the support of your independence in a really good way.
Love that. Deb Marcello, Happier at Home. We'll post all of this info on our website.